What toxic family tradition did I break that cost me everything? In my family, daughters were treated like property, groomed to marry our father's business partners, expected to produce heirs, and forbidden from having careers. For generations, every woman was handed off before her 20th birthday. They lived in luxury, but it was a prison. My grandmother used to whisper, "A woman's worth is in her womb, not her brain," while staring out the window like a caged soul. At family dinners, I watched my mother and aunts sit in silence while the men discussed which of us girls would be ripe next. We weren't allowed to speak unless spoken to. After meals, the men smoked cigars in the study, brokering our futures like livestock trades. The women? They'd sit in the sunroom, comparing diamond bracelets that might as well have been handcuffs. When I turned 18, my father proudly announced my engagement to Daniel, a 42-year-old man who owned half the county's real estate and had already buried 3 wives. During our first dinner, he grabbed my hands under the table and whispered what he planned to do to me on our wedding night. My father just smiled, too focused on what Daniel's investment would mean for his empire. That night, my mother came into my room holding a small wooden box. Inside was a key and a bank statement. "I've been saving for you in secret," she said, her voice shaking. "Don't end up like me." The bruises on her wrists still showed, gifts from Daniel's best friend. Her husband. At 2 a.m. I ran. I'd been planning it since I was 15, ever since my cousin Hannah came home after her arranged marriage, eyes hollow, spirit broken. As I crept toward the back exit, my 16-year-old sister Claire appeared from the shadows. "Please take me with you," she whispered. "Dad told Daniel he could have me too once I turn 18. My heart dropped. I remembered how Daniel stroked Claire's hair at dinner, calling her the bonus package. 2 runaways meant double the risk. But I couldn't leave her behind. We slipped out through the garden gate. I had $7,200, money I'd secretly saved by stealing from my father's wallet and selling off the jewelry I was given for being a good girl. We caught a midnight bus to Jade City, 3 states away, where an internet friend let us crash in her tiny apartment. I got a job as a waitress. Claire, for the first time in her life, enrolled in a real public school, with boys, actual books, and freedom. She joined the debate team and discovered her voice. I worked doubles and took night classes for nursing. We were finally building a real life. But one night, I came home to see my father's black SUV parked outside. He'd found us. His security team had traced withdrawals from my mother's hidden account. Claire was backed into the kitchen, our father gripping her arm so hard it was turning purple. "You ungrateful bitches," he hissed. "Daniel paid good money for both of you." As my uncle moved toward me, I grabbed a cast iron skillet and swung. The crack of it hitting his skull echoed as he dropped. Then I turned to my father and smashed his hand, breaking bone, and pulled Claire away. That night, we slept in a violence shelter. Then we vanished. I worked hospital shifts while finishing nursing school. Claire graduated high school as valedictorian and got a full scholarship to Columbia. Our family found us twice more, once with private investigators, once with lawyers claiming I'd kidnapped Claire. Each time, we ran again. Now, I'm 28, an emergency room nurse. Claire's in law school, fighting for women's rights. We haven't spoken to our family in 7 years. We lost our inheritance. We lost our social standing. We lost everyone we grew up with. But we found freedom.